Gene Barnes.
Okay.
My parents is from the Delta of Alabama.
And when did they come to Chicago?
My father came first. He came in approximately in the teens in the 1900s. There were 9 of us. My older sister now was the first one born in Chicago. I'm 84. She's 86. She was the first one of this portion of the Barneses born in Chicago.
You know of the circumstances that brought your family here.
Well, as I began to say, there were 4 Barnes brothers that were sharecroppers in Alabama. Jesus will. 3 of them, including my father, moved to Chicago. This was in the early, the 2 older ones was in the early 1900s. My father, who was the youngest, came here around 1915 or 16. My mother, who was born in the same little area in Alabama, was born in 1904. She did not come to Chicago until around 1920.
Tell me about the photo of your father and his brothers.
My father and his 3 brothers, they were born on the plantation of the Barnes in Gainesville, Alabama. That family, the Barnes owner children, that family now is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They owned now 3 automobile dealerships in Tuscaloosa. My great-grandfather is interned in an AME church in Gainesville, Alabama. His name was George. His headstone lists his name, but his headstone says Nigger George.
And tell me a little bit about the Bible at that church. And
All of this information that I'm speaking to you about now is in the Bible of that little AME church. It's there now. All of this information is listed in that Bible. My lineage comes from that Bible, and it's all listed in that Bible under the name of Nigger George. They came here, as I said, in the early 1900s, and began working for an iron and steel work company, which was on the west side of Chicago, around California and Carolina, I think.
Was work their primary reason for coming here?
Work was the primary reason they came here.
Okay.
Because as I indicated, they were sharecroppers on the land which previously was the plantation, the old plantation. The land is still there.
And what have you heard about life as a sharecropper and some of the experiences that they might have had?
They sharecropped on the land, and what brought them here, it was for better opportunities in the north, because they had very limited opportunities in Alabama.
Didn't make a lot of money, I think.
Right. The land is still there, which was the old plantation. It has been used for hunting. There's a hunting club there now.
How's life worked out for your
For us, it worked out
your
fine.
family?
As I said, my father and mother had 9 kids. And from my older sister now, who's still living, Verna, was the first one born in Chicago. And we did fine. We've all did fine. We've all been able to move ahead. All of them have, since that time, I'm talking about my family now. Mm-hmm. All of them has been able to move ahead and move. Property owners have become property owners here in Chicago. All of them.
So Chicago was as built for the most part for you and your family.
Yes.
Good.
For the generation that followed the Great Migration.